Surprise, I'm in the same time. Beneath the same sun. Oh man, you got me two sides. Oh, my little buttercup, that hurt. Fine, electrify mine. Electrify my golden tube. Can't look at those eyes without sparking sun. Electrify my electrify my electrify You're welcome. Follow Yuki24 guys for a variety of games. They were playing Food Simulator, but they play a lot of this game that I'm playing right now, Overwatch 2. So please give them a follow if you'd like more Overwatch 2 content or any variety of games. That was not a teammate. I thought that was a teammate. I legitimately thought I was like, why am I not healing this person? Oh, right, because it's an enemy and I should not be healing this enemy. Whoops. You've heard of friendly fire. Have you heard of enemy healing? Oops. Everybody do the weenus. The weenus is a dance. Everybody is a genius who knows it in advance. Everybody do the weenus. The weenus is a dance. Everybody is a genius who knows it in advance.
Oh, Kevin.
Everybody do the weenus. The weenus is a dance. Everybody is a genius who knows it in advance. Everybody do the weenus. The weenus is a dance. Everybody is a genius who knows it in advance.
Oh, Kevin.
Little imp, you came here to sing your serenade. Perform your feelings on a velvety stage. What we gotta sing that's popular in these parts?
Only little bitches strum the strings of their hearts.
You wanna hang around this lustful town? Such a lovey-dovey before we knock you around. Here we sing about wants and desires.
Savagery, lords harder than fire.
So give me a thrust. Show me some lust. From the groin to the bust. Little imp, you just must. In the house of Asmodeus. Come on, sing us a song. Make sure the subject is getting it on. Make it graphic and tactfully long. Go ahead, your mic's on. I just wasted 10 seconds of your life.
Objection!
Objection!
It seems you suffer from a pathetic delusion. That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon. If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night,
and since the oath made 5 centuries ago remains unfulfilled,
it is the universe's providence to stop it. I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory. It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
I assume that's the end of your speech? Good. People like us. Let our blades do the talking!
Weak, 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 I say! It doesn't even pierce my heart!
Drink water. Get on your knees and drink water.
Paimon accidentally choked on some water again.
Here's my interpretation of how Kaveh programmed Marak. Alright, Marak. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and program Alhatab's voice. Register this into your log as Daddy. Sorry.
Normalcy. I just want 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 normalcy. Normalcy. I just want normalcy. Normalcy. I just want normalcy.
High in the clouds, up on a hill, you talk to the stars, they tell you to chill. I try to tell you what everyone knows. You're perfect in the way that you are. If you stole all the colors that persist in your hair, sold them to black without much of a care, throughout my heart, bleeped every sound. I thank you 'cause you left me my heart. Compassion's always sets you apart. You and I will always be loved. So give a little sing to your song. Don't be sad or scared at all, even if you can't recall. You're perfect in the way that you are. Perfect in the way that you are. If you took a boat to the middle of the sea and spent all my money seeking treasures for me, but came up empty-handed every week after week, I tell you that your love is still cheap, that you are worth the trouble to keep. You and I will always be loved. You and I will always be loved. So give a little sing to your song. Give a little sing to your song. Don't be sad or scared at all, even if you can't recall. You're perfect in the way that you are. Perfect in the way that you are. Perfect in the way that you are. Even if you're slightly ajar. Even when you're coming apart. Even though you failed us so far. You're perfect in the way that you are. Even when you're coming apart. Even when you're breaking my heart. Even when you love all of. You're perfect in the way that you are. 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 Nais ko ay magpakilala sa iyo at ipahiwatig kang nilalaman ng puso ko. Maunawaan mo kaya o baka sampalin mo lang ang aking muka. Nagdadalawang isip na wag na lang kaya. nais ko ay ialay sa iyo ang puso ko na umiibig sa iyo. Ngunit di mo na yata kailangan ng ganyan. Meron ka na yatang kasintahan, naninikip ang tiyan. Wag na lang kaya. Wag na lang kaya. Ngunit di mo na yata kailangan ng ganyan. Meron ka na yatang kasintahan, naninikip ang tiyan. Don't be that way, fall apart twice a day. I just wish you could feel what you say. Sure, never tell, but I know you too well. Got a move that you wish you could say. If teardrops could be bottled, there'd be swimming pools filled by models. Tell that tight dress is what makes you abhorred. Oh, if I love you was a promise, would you break it if you're honest? Tell the mirror what you know she's heard before. Oh, I don't wanna hear you anymore. It's sincerely wonderful. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's stream. My name is Video. I'm a video game streamer who primarily plays RPG games. I am also a hobby voice actor and singer, so you may do one or both of those things during the stream. My pronouns are he, they, and give me one moment. There's just something I gotta fix on the side. There we go. Now I can monitor multi-chat. And by multi-chat, I mean just YouTube chat at the same time. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Hope you're all doing okay. Thank you so much for stopping in. Um, and for all the people who are here at the beginning of the stream. Hi, Consti, as well as I am Nobody. Good to see you. Good to see you. Today we're going to be playing Reverse 1999 as our main game. On the side, we're playing a little bit of the TCG game for Genshin. Because, ADHD. Um, but I remember the thing I forgot, which was actually the clips for my hair, specifically the right side of my head. So I'm going to be right back. But I will put you on the screen so that you are not just like, staring at nothing. There we go. Oh, it's kind of soft. There you go. Okay, I'm just gonna get my my hair clips real quick, and then we'll get right into this. No, I'm done with that. Despite things, I quite like being neat. I'm just not good at, the process of getting neat. Aries and all that. Self-care is something you have to do regularly. It's not just something you can do once and then, you know, it's done.
If you ever consider remodeling your suitcase, I would be happy to assist you in improving the acoustic environment.
Thank you,
With
Barcarola.
the right design, we could make this place fit for beautiful music.
I see.
N'azul mare luccica l'astro d'argento, placide l'onda, prospero il vento. Venite la Chile, baguetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
That, I believe, is a pretty well-known song, right? Or have you just ever heard a similar melody before? Santa Lucia song? Yeah, it's a traditional Neapolitan song from 1827 to 1879. Okay, I've heard it somewhere before.
Oh, scusi. I didn't mean to interrupt you. The best musical compositions always include silence and rest, after all.
I don't think I listened to it on its own, though. I think I heard it somewhere in, like, a TV show or something. Ah, okay. I know where I've heard it before, apparently. Um... Apparently I've heard it the first time in Tom and Jerry cartoon. I did watch a little bit of Tom and Jerry growing up, and those music videos always stood out to me. Though to be fair, in the cartoon, I vaguely remember they never really sung it necessarily. That particular song, I think they just kind of hummed it. Unless it was one of those episodes where they like had a recording of the actual singer singing it, and then they lip sync Tom to it, because they do that sometimes. Um, the one that comes to mind is the Oscar-winning one where, Tom is playing the piano. Summoning. What? What is there to summon? Ah. No. Yearning of the Water. And it's J, but I'm pretty sure this is a scam banner, isn't it? Let's see. Rules. In Yearning of the Water, time limited summoning event has begun. During the event, 6-star characters choose the NJ and generate up. It's a time limit banner and does not share guarantee count other 7 banners. Okay, it's still a scam banner. Oh man, I really, really want J, but I also don't have like I don't have 70 rolls to give to this, nor am I willing to like support the non-sharing of pity between banners here. So as much as I want J, I think my integrity, I can hold on to my integrity a bit more, a bit stronger. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get right into the story. Continuing on with Last Evenings on Earth. So spoilers ahead to anyone who hasn't played this event from here. We're going to be continuing on with the event story. I will give you guys another minute to make your way out for anyone who is still here, who wants to avoid spoilers. And while I give you that minute, just want to remind folks that this month, the entire month, and I probably should make a command for that, we're going to be supporting Hanabi Kitty's charity live streams by posting the link up for their charity here in our chat. I am unable to track it myself as I don't really have a counter from Hanabi as of yet, but there are various goals as well as giveaways with Hanabi that you can participate in by donating to that link. All proceeds from my subs, gifts, donations to myself this month will go towards a charity as well. Extra Life is a what do you call this? A non-profit charity organization whose mission it is to help sick kids, pay for their medical expenses, and also improve their overall quality of life. They're pretty well known, and Hanabi has also posted their links in the original Blue Sky post as well as on my Discord as to why they specifically chose Extra Life. So help out a good cause if you have any money to spare. If you have money to spare, make sure you're not in financial ruin, or you can take care of yourself before you do so. And help out a good cause by clicking on the link and donating there directly. Okay, so also you can get some cool art from Hanabi herself if you would like. And proceeds from that one will also go towards the charity. That way you get some art out of it as well, in case you're unable to donate without if you want to donate with something in return as well. Okay, so I believe that's enough time. Anyone who's still here does not care about spoilers or has already played through this event, let's go ahead and continue on. Last we left off, we witnessed Sister Grace, aka actually I forgot her name. Reverse 999. Is it Kayla or Casey? Kayla. We saw Sister Grace, aka Kayla, from the motel event, convincing an entire indigenous people of Arcanus, known as the Nukatai, to board her ship as their island was bombarded with tsunamis, and was apparently previously attacked by torpedoes from various militaries. She offered them the opportunity to join the Manus Vindictae and take revenge against her so-called invaders, even though the main the main cause of them leaving the island was a like thunderstorm and um, what do you call this? Was an event that they had was not necessarily caused by the military who was doing weapons testing. The reason they were doing it there on their island specifically was actually just because, well, they thought it was uninhabited, but they have an arcanist skill to keep themselves invisible from prying eyes, supposedly. They also have these extremely interesting shells, which seem to be these arcanist artifacts, which somehow house their souls, supposedly, and also stores their arcanist energy in some way. Unclear how exactly it works. Um, so she quote unquote rescues them by bringing her aboard her ship, the Free Breeze, which if you're paying attention to the story, you'll see that she's actually only newly taken over the Free Breeze here, and has brought Mans Dictate to kind of man the ship along with some regular crew from before. One of whom is, of course, the red-haired musician Barcarola, lead musician here on the ship, who meets up with the main character of the story, which, well, I was going to say main character of the story, but like one of the main characters of the story, Regulus, who was trying to join there for vacation reasons, but is now here for work. As Ulrich, one of the LSCC, has discovered perhaps a way to artificially produce a storm. Why would they want to do that? A bit unclear. Seems to be some kind of experiment. But he was made to board the ship by the Foundation, the LSCC, and specifically the Peace Council, the weird shadowy organization that seems to be in charge of the Foundation. So we're boarding here with Regulus, Verdin, and Sonetto, and we meet the one of the de facto leaders of the Nukatai on board the ship, who is slowly learning that the outside world may be not as bad as she thinks. Until the moment when the captain here, Sister Grace, aka Kayla, brings in all the Mass followers to attack all the passengers, to try to convince all of them to join the Mass Dictate, claiming that a storm is about to arrive, despite Verdin's watch, her Nixie clock that's attached to her wrist, not detecting any storm. So it seems that there perhaps is an artificial storm specific to just this ship, or perhaps there's a storm that somehow the Foundation was unable to detect. Whatever the case may be, that's where we left off, and we'll now continue with that story. Part 14, A Call for Help. A bit of good news and a lot of bad news. The figure running down the corridor narrowly avoids another container, the ferro fluid violently swirling in his tank.
Flux's sake, I can't work under these dim lights. Could this cheapskate cruise liner not spring for some decent halogens or fluorescence?
I mean, it's the 90s, so probably not. Ulrich makes his way down the corridor. The asymmetrical nuclide R collector inside his briefcase, buzzing loudly.
Just as I expected. The closer I get, the more erratically the collector's gauge reacts. I must pinpoint this ship's current location as soon as possible. Wait, the readings are a bit off. Is it because of the seawater? Or is there an abundant load of nuclide R in this area?
Well, there's a storm, so I think the second one for sure. He crouches down, laying the suitcase on the ground and pounding on it.
This thing must be broken. Oh, when I get my hands on the engineers responsible for maintaining this, I swear I'll... Calm yourself and think, Ulrich. Did you miss anything crucial?
Oh yeah. Look outside the window.
Ah, yes. The oily slime in the power supply room. A rudimentary test showed that its refractive index and infrared spectrum closely matched our samples from Manus Vindictae.
The ring of communicator interrupts his thoughts.
Who's calling? Regulus?
Finally! Oh, I've been trying to reach you for a while now, Ulrich.
Calling to check on the artificial storm project, are you? I still have a way to go. I'll call you when I need a hand or two.
I'll be around.
No. I'm afraid I'm not offering you a hand. I'm asking for one. We need you topside, you fabulous fish tank. There's a gang of Manus thugs here.
Ulrich leaps to his feet. Amid the static, he has caught the most crucial piece of information.
The Manus. Huh. There's sure to be a considerable amount of nuclide within their masks. Perhaps I don't need this unreliable scrap of metal after all.
Oh my goodness, Ulrich. Priorities.
Send me your location straight away, Regulus. Where are these Manus thugs?
A searching dark mass of purple. People block Soul's view.
For sake. This is a bigger crowd than I expected.
His ball stands amidst the crowd, causing the spread of new panic as they flee from him. Well, that makes sense.
Who is this fucking light bulb? Oh my god! I don't want to end up with a light bulb for a head!
They think it's the storm syndrome.
Huh? What are you talking about?
Ulrich nearly dodged the hammer blow. Intense electrical impulses surging through his body.
There we are. Another extract of asymmetrical nuclide R.
Though poised to take action, Ulrich is promptly stopped by the pleading hostages.
Ulrich! We're over here!
Wonderful. I should be able to extract even more over there.
He gives an immediate cut short upon entering the crowd. Ulrich narrowly avoids another attack before finally reuniting with others.
This seems to be a bit more than a gang. Closer to a horde, really. You understated your situation, Regulus.
Your help is much appreciated all the same, Mr. Ulrich.
Help? Well, I'm afraid I won't be much help to you, Timekeeper. Fighting is far from my specialty.
Blimey!
Regulus feels utterly lost.
They seem to be corralling the guests. At least they aren't hurting them for now. It isn't about hurting them. She wants to recruit more followers.
Countless steel and motionless eyes scan the crowd with icy precision.
Is there a single ship in this whole bleeding world that doesn't belong to either the Foundation or the Manus?
Probably not.
Mr. Ulrich, does Laplace possess any technology that could detect an imminent storm?
We made several attempts to do so in the aftermath of the second storm, but none of them proved effective. Since that time, we've become reliant on the storm alerts from the Foundation, or more specifically, from you, Timekeeper.
Miss Grace claimed that the storm was coming, and she managed to accurately predict the occurrence of the anomaly outside. Yet, my watch has shown no sign of an imminent storm.
The light rain is tapping on the porthole. Sonetto unconscious tied the cuffs on her sleeve.
In any event, I believe in you, Timekeeper.
So this might not be a storm.
Thank you, Sonetto. But it isn't you that I need to convince. It's them.
Might just be an arcane skill. Countless eyes filled with fear, suspicion, and hostility remain fixed on them.
No wonder my readings were going wild. Apologies, Timekeeper. Though nothing would make me happier than disproving Manus Vindictae, I can't deny the possibility that these phenomena are precursors to the storm.
Oh, dang. It's not a reassuring answer. The wind howls fiercely. The horizon has become almost completely obscured. Far-off islands and faintly visible reefs bend into one another, as if smeared with an even darker shade of pinks. Amid the crowd, people slump to the ground, their sobs lingering in the air.
Please, everyone, listen. We have to stay calm.
Looking to her feet without her crackling box, Barcarola rises to the
I
occasion.
ask you to put your faith in me and in the free breeze.
I should have never come to this party.
I want to go home. I'm scared.
Someone help us. Please.
Barcarola's voice utterly drowned out by the wails of the crowd.
What can I do to get these people's attention?
Rock that rock. Thud. A massive sound resonates with the bow of the ship, sending a vibration that is so strong that many are thrown to the ground.
What's happening?
Due to low visibility at sea, some public services on the free breeze will be temporarily suspended. We apologize for any inconvenience caused. We are now entering an area of treacherous reef. During this time, there may be some sharp shifts in course. In order that we might reach the new era as soon as possible,
Oh boy.
the free breeze will forge ahead at full speed. Please stay indoors and in case of emergency, hold on to the handrails. I repeat, please stay indoors and hold on to the handrails.
Captain Grace, why in the world is the free breeze going full speed through these reefs?
To embrace the future.
But if we strike any of these reefs, the damage could be catastrophic.
Oh.
Not as catastrophic as missing our chance to embrace the storm.
Her saucy smoking words fall on deaf ears.
Great Lou! I won't stand for this! You're just trying to scare us into joining your cult!
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh, I'll bet there's no reef, no storm at all! This is trickery, and I intend to prove it!
How?
Do as you wish, sir. Please watch your footing. The wind is howling outside.
She gives a polite nod as the gas storms out the cabin.
Look! I'm standing firm as a bolt!
Whoosh! The gas stands firm on the deck, like a warrior sailing triumphantly between Silas Cliffs and Charybdis Whirlpool. That is until he's struck by the power of the wind. And he's dead. His screams quickly drowned in the storm as he vanishes into the void. One gas pulls the hatch closed again, blocking out the howling wind outside and turning their once safe haven to
The
silence.
gentleman is gone!
Miss Grace, you murdered that man.
Well, more like
What
murdered
an
himself.
utterly baffling accusation. Have I shot him? Stabbed him? No. The choice was always in his own hands.
Yeah, I agree with Miss Grace here at
wasn't
this point. Handed to himself, the hall remains silent. After a long while, one quivering gas steps forward.
Captain, you said you'd save us if we joined Manus Vindictae, right?
Nope.
It's not as simple as that, I'm afraid. But relax. There is only a small trial to pass. Then the new era waits.
She gestures to an all too familiar mask, getting silently at the table.
You may feel a little disoriented. but your body will be in no danger.
So, if we all put on these masks, then this nightmare will be over?
Things can't get any worse than they are now, can they? Give me the mask!
Oh, lost lambs. This will be the bravest leap you've ever taken over the fence.
Oh boy. Senator turns to the crowd.
Please, everyone, don't fall for her lies. She doesn't offer you salvation, but slavery. Don't give up your free will.
Listen to her! We've got to be free to choose for ourselves! Rock, blues, classical, or heavy metal, it doesn't matter! Each of us is our own melody. The Manus will take that from you!
It's our turn, Timekeeper. I'm at your command.
Still no story.
All right. Our priority is to bring the guests back to their senses.
Oh, we're fighting. Okay. Well, I guess I don't mind beating up some crew members. I don't have Regulus myself, so I suppose I'll just make do with one of the LSCC members. Lucy.
Who ate beans?
How about we have a little fun?
Everyone, please listen to me. The storm isn't coming anytime soon.
The St. Pavlov Foundation will ensure your safety.
Ooh, they're new enemies. I should have read this one.
But you and your foundation have been hiding the truth behind the storm from the public. How can we trust you?
This is actually true. There's a gag order. Part of the historical conservation.
Don't lose hope. The Foundation and the LSCC have been working hard to overcome the storm, and we've never been so close to achieving it.
This is also true.
Really? Is that true?
You know, a couple months, years.
Yes, our research on the storm is on the verge of a breakthrough. One that will benefit everyone.
Come on, guys! Do you really want to plaster one of those things on your face? You'll never be able to eat again or listen to music! Blimey! What kind of life would that be?
Not a life for me. I love eating and music too much to give that up myself.
Don't waste your breath on these lapdogs. They're all bark and no bite.
Well, looks like they still have their sanity. At least for now.
Saxophones and... Do you have any requests? Listen to the melodies of wind and waves. I dedicate this song to you.
The new guitar.
Saxophones and... a bandura? It could be found. Given that... My next performance, bubbles bursting. Intersect and divide. Intersect and divide.
There we go.
The civilians have calmed down, Timekeeper.
Right. We just need to beat some sense into them, apparently.
Take a moment. I'll deal with the rest.
No, Senato. This crisis is far from over. Good grief! How many passengers are on this bloody thing?
I'd imagine it's a cruise ship, so like hundreds?
Finally, it's just you and me, Master. Do 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 do.
Which means that even if they convince like a crowd inside of a single room, who knows if they can save other people too? The guests remain in turmoil as the believers and skeptics argue amongst one another. Fear and confusion quickly spread through them, like ink in water, and soon
I did it! I put on the mask!
I'm saved! Thank you, Miss Grace!
It hurts! It hurts so much!
ah boy.
Help!
We can't let more of these people give in to their fears.
Her voice almost entirely drowned out by the roaring crowd.
These stubborn outsiders must be silenced. Take them away. Let our revenge begin with them. For Nukateo! Silone, take my troubled sister back to her room. The softness of her heart has clouded her judgment, just as her shell shows.
But
Chief.
black ink seems to stain every one of their faces. The upheaval has engulfed Anukatai along with countless other innocents.
Mom, I want to go home.
Just think if something happened, sweetheart. Remember that toy your dad bought you? It's waiting for you at home. We'll be there soon. Just put this on.
Oh.
We'll be there soon.
Oh boy. Trembling, the mother slowly lowers the mask to her child's face.
No!
Barcola lunges forward, knocking the manus mask out of her hand.
I don't believe your job description permits you to interrupt our guests. Does it, Miss Barcarola?
I don't understand, Captain Grace. Why are you letting this happen? Why are you doing this?
Grace carefully picks up the still humming mask and brushes off the dust. She steps forward.
Cheer up, dear girl. Hold that chin up high. Now that's the spirit. The brightest star of the free breeze forever and always. Just take a look. Your loyal fans are waiting for your next show. Won't you play some of those beautiful melodies for them again?
But, Miss Grace, what do you mean by the storm and diseases of the world and this new era?
Oh, it's all so much simpler than you think, Miss Barcarola. In the new era, all that you hated in this time will vanish, as if it had never been there at all.
I just realized the hairpiece on Grace's hat, her bonnet, is, I think, a moth. I wonder if that's significant to something.
The city of violins you swore you'd never return to will soon be forgotten, washed away in the coming storm. Your wish will come true. You'll never need return to it. You couldn't even if you tried.
Never again?
Memories of her home returned to her as if she were just there yesterday. The towering bell tower of the cathedral, the creaking footbridge of the dock, the Cremona Music Festival her list that never displayed her name, and the distant scent of torta and risotto. She's been far from that world for so long, yet there before her eyes she sees it again. The report card scribbled with red ink soaring on the wind.
What was it you said about that rotten little town? The monotony of sound, the disappointment of those old fossils and their little worlds. Is that right?
Yes. I said I never wanted to go back.
Now, keep your hands steady this time, my dear. You must be certain.
Cold metal meets Barcola's hand, jolting her back to reality. Her trembling hand reaches for her peculiar sound instrument, She cradles it in her arms.
My crackling box.
The familiar texture of the adhesive holding it together reassures her. She runs her fingers over it before repeatedly moving on to the rest. Then, in the intricate structure of the instrument she created, she finds all the pieces of a familiar thing. A fingerboard, strings, a sound, a post, a bridge, tuning pegs, a violin. Sudden warmth bursts forth within her, urging her to push the mask aside. Manuscript awaiting publication. Perhaps a few more names should be included in the list of authors. Research and stale materials. Validation from artificial storm experiments, first draft. Abstract. Chapter 1. Introduction. 1.1. Research background and significance. 1.2. Current state of the academic research. 1.2.1 Immunity ritual. 1.2.2 Space telescopes. 1.2.3 Chaos and Numa. Note this section reference the Lawrence butterfly, and the reproducibility of the results is subject to verification. 1.3 Existing issues in current research. 1.4 Main research content of this paper. Chapter 2 Experimental materials and methods. 2.1 Experimental materials. 2.1.1 Biological materials such as seeds, resins, young dragon tongue tubes, vesicle bugs, fire moth powder, etc. Mineral materials. Obsidian, sea urchin fossils, volcanic rocks, chalcedony, vermiculite, etc. Artificial products such as cameras, spectrometers, records, compasses, Nixie tubes, etc. Arcane items, critter hair, slime, condensed raindrops, mithril, platinum ouija, etc. Note the slime samples contain arcane materials related to Mass Vindicte. Are reported to be filed to the timekeeper. 2.2 Experimental equipment and instruments. 2.3 Experimental methods. 2.3.1 Criteria for selecting sites of supernatural phenomena. Selection of water source reaction containers. Injection method for asymmetrical nuclide R. Preparation and use of 73.5% rainwater. 2.3.5 Operation of sonic catalytic reactions. Standards for experimental logs and waste disposal. Chapter 3 Properties of experimental materials in the solar environment. Introduction. Stability of materials, stale materials, unstale materials, materials with no significant correlation, correlation error sickness, materials that can suppress error sickness, materials that can aggravate error sickness, materials with no significant correlation. Chapter 3.4 Summary. Chapter summary. Well, not a lot of you going to find that one, I think. Ulrich seems to be a little bit hyper-focused on their research. Even this crisis is the implication. Oh, real quick. Just double check. All of my dailies are done. Okay, yeah, we're good. The game is calling me to do 30 more summons, but yeah, I'm not going to be rolling in the scam banner. Part 15. A new page turned. Yes, my dear. It'll be a place that neither troubles you nor keeps you up at night.
I'm confused, Toa. If these disbelievers are a danger to our vengeance, why are we only locking them up? Shouldn't we just toss them overboard?
The chief wants Fatutu to decide how to deal with them. A test of her allegiance and her conviction. After she puts on the mask, of course.
Ugh.
You're afraid, Salome. Don't be. The trial isn't difficult. I see things so clearly now.
I don't know, Toa. I trust in Kamutsa's leadership, but still.
Just like always, you're waiting for everyone else to test the water before you jump.
I just feel that there's something wrong. You say you're not afraid, Toa, but I hear your chains clinking. You're shaking too.
Shut up. That's only because we're in a freezer.
Blimey, locked up again. At this rate, I'll have my imprisoned on all 7 continents bingo card before I turn 20. It's an honest bet I've spent more time behind bars than my own home.
As a reminder, folks, I believe Regulus is around 15 or 16 years old at this point in the story. And considering how little time has passed, possibly just 15.
I wasn't aware that you had a home. Beyond the ship, I mean.
Course I do, love. The whole of London is my home. I've walked its streets. I've inspired its people. I fought for its music. Its spirit stamped on my very soul.
She pays back and forth in the cell as she actually claims her cause. Rebellious artists often fall into radical expressions.
And jolly old London will always have a harbour open for this captain and her apple as a token of... Wait, Barcarola, what are you doing here?
Familiar silhouette appears in the prison.
Well, I suppose those tin heads aren't the type to appreciate a true artist. Jealous of our talents, no doubt.
A familiar silhouette appears in the prison door window.
Miss Grace said to give you special treatment, Barcarola. But I warn you, these prisoners are ours to deal with. So don't get any ideas.
What? Barcarola, don't tell me you're siding with these tone-deaf goons!
The door creaks open and Regulus stumbles back a few steps. What greets her isn't the familiar sweetheart of the ship, nor the elegant musician, but a tear-streaked, almost disheveled and helpless face of a young girl.
I'm just confused. It seems like there's only one way forward, but the captain said that only those who put on the mask have a chance to survive the storm. And that everyone else, the unbelievers, the forsaken, will vanish. Miss Verton, tell me the truth, please. What will happen if I put it on?
Terrible things. Her voice is almost entirely drained of strength.
If I reach this beautiful new era Miss Grace speaks of, what will happen to Cremona? The streets, the cathedral, all of the people I grew up with.
Dead, for the most part.
Will I ever be able to see them again?
The truth is, after the storm there may still be a Cremona, but every face, every song, every brick from each house to the cathedral will be different. The storm will wash away almost all traces of this era. But you can still help us, Miss Barcarola.
Me? How?
No matter when the storm arrives, we must fight till the last second. To help as many people survive as possible.
I need some time to think.
Bang. The door slams open once again.
Your visiting time is over, Barcarola. Better not overstay your welcome.
Barcarola wipes the tears from her eyes, taking deep breaths as she tries to steady herself.
I have another request. Could you tell me where Fatutu is?
Hmm?
I just want to see her, is all. As a friend.
Right. Seek out as much counsel as you can before you make a life-changing decision. Sounds like a good idea. The captain's cabin is calm compared to the carefully crafted atmosphere of fear and eeriness on the rest of the ship. Click. A delicate hand turns the knob on the radio, switching it to a more secretive frequency.
They're well aware of your contribution.
Forget me not. Ah, man.
To follow their divine guidance, we must be willing to renounce both body and mind.
Well done, Apostle Grace. To think those white suits are so sure they've caught us off guard. Oh, I can't wait to see the despair in their eyes when they fall flat on their faces. I can imagine it now. Let us all observe a moment of silence for those lost in our latest failure. Let us honor them as eternal monuments of our cause. How pathetic.
Despite the static, the ridicule and forget-me-not's tone rings clear.
Oh, and what about this Laplace rat that I hear is stowed away on board?
Yes, the awakened ferrofluid sample named Ulrich. One of the major contributors to the creation of the equilibrium umbrella.
Let's hope his little umbrella keeps him dry. Because if he isn't careful, he may end up in much deeper waters.
The ritual materials are nearly assembled, and we are accelerating our recruitment. But the Nukutai spirit shells have yet to reach their most optimal form. It could hinder the stability of the ritual if they're not immersed in pure negative emotion.
Your commitment to quality is impressive, but the shells needn't be perfect to perform as needed. Do not waste time unnecessarily. Do you understand, Apostle Grace? I trust you've learned from the last failure.
Ooh.
Yes.
The motel?
Excellent. A teleportation array has been set up for you, but it will last only a short while. You must begin the ritual as soon as your ship reaches the target location. Manus Vindicte awaits your return.
Yes, Mr. Forget-Me-Not. I will always follow their guidance.
The communication ends, leaving only the echo of the final words spoken through it. Grace raised a pale hand and gently caressed the intricate patterns in the spirit shells. Silence fills the room. Alright, next part. There's a chance we'd go over today, depending on how much we can do, but if I can't finish it today, then I can always come back on the weekend. Evaluation meeting. Need to first determine who's at fault before we can identify who needs improvement. We can't allow failure and betrayal to run rampant indefinitely. Don't you agree, Miss Grace? The shadow of the serpent twists under the light, appearing several times larger than its true form. Yes, replies another shadow, trying to lower itself as much as possible. You quickly identified that the toy was a contract item used to control the succubus, which is impressive. It also shows you're different from Mateus, and possess wisdom befitting an apostle. The stirring rod clinked against the teacup, producing a melodic sound. I'm sorry that others felt Kimberly's betrayal. I did overestimate the potency of the contract item. If you had shown less mercy to that succubus, and given her stricter orders, this tragedy might have been averted. Likewise, if you had been more ruthless in Texas, you wouldn't have wasted so much time there, and would not have lost the contract item into chaos. Although, in the end, losing it was Igor and his subordinates' fault, not yours. Thank you for your guidance and understanding. Steel yourself, merciful little Grace. Showing compassion to a viper only gets you bitten. Remember this in your next mission. The Nukatais. They will present us with their spirit shells. Your capabilities are undeniable. I still hold some faith in you. At last, the hot cup of tea is turned to a cold one, and the serpent's shadow vanished out the door without even taking its tongue. Oh, and I shouldn't need to remind you. Any unforeseen events during the mission must be reported, especially anything related to Vertin. This is also according to your guidance. Yes, it is all for their return. Hey Decaf, good day to you. Gonna be lurking, have a great event. Thanks Archer, appreciate it. Enjoy the lurk, you too. MJ as well. Quick shout out to Archer here. Fellow reverse streamer. They are streaming here on Twitch. They also play various video games as well. So click on the heart top of the chat, give them a follow. Also do check out GSC Nation. Over in their channel, they're streaming right now, Reverse 999. So you can go check out their content over in their channel by heading on over there and watching the stream. I gotta wait 2 minutes though for shouting out MJ here. So for now, we'll continue on with the event. Part 16. Barcarolle. The ore shaped here, the waves crash here. Not every breeze is destined to last forever. Oh, before we do. Let me just read the enemy description. Cruise passenger. A panic ship passenger. There are many ways to incite a disturbance in a crowded indoor space, but the simplest and quickest method is to turn off the lights. Oh, actually, it's the same as before. Okay, something new there, actually. They're just reusing the same enemies, but in, like, a larger fight, essentially.
It's no use. The cabin's wall is heavily reinforced. My arcane skills can barely scratch it. I guess that's why they didn't even bother taking our stuff.
There you go. Click on the heart top of the chat to follow GSC Nation. Streaming right now. Feel free to hang out over there to avoid spoilers.
Ulrich, you've got to have some miraculous trinkets up your sleeve to bust us out, right? You're the pride of Laplace, after all.
Laplace is not a circus, and I am no magician. But I may have something that can help. I have a small amount of TNT and some papier pillar solvents.
Oh, a small amount. Okay, sure.
The former can blast the door open. However, it will likely blast us to smithereens along with it. The latter is much safer, of course. All we need to do is apply to the walls and then wait for a couple of days.
Okay, that's all?
We're abso-friggin-lutely screwed, aren't we?
Yep.
Don't be gloom, Miss Regulus. We aren't beat yet.
Ulrich has decided to obviously uses tools. He has a much more important discovery.
Take a look at this, Timekeeper. I've been recording the Free Breeze's heading since it left Sydney. Though, unfortunately, something has been jamming our signal. Yet, we can still extrapolate from my earlier readings that the ship is not heading to its advertised destination.
It's heading steadily southward.
It appears so.
Her thoughts churn more violently than the ferrofluid's vibrations.
The forecast of the storm, the sudden eclipse, the mask trials, and the speed at which the Free Breeze is now heading. If all they wanted was to recruit more followers, they would allow for more time to convince the others. However, if the storm is indeed coming, then why would we be racing forward through these reefs? Their actions don't seem to be aimed at recruiting, nor at passing through the storm. Rather, they seem to be aimed at...
Crashing the ship?
Intimidation.
The air in the cell seems to momentarily stagnate.
This would add weight to the possibility that the storm they're promising is only a trick to inspire more fear. That said, we must consider the chance of the storm occurring, no matter how slim it may seem.
Ulrich stands tall, wavering
Until the truth is ultimately revealed, all we can rely on are the instruments in our hands and the readings before our eyes.
unwavering in the face of conjecture.
Then we are agreed, Mr. Ulrich. Whether the storm is coming or not, we need to be well prepared.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
We've brought quite a few equilibrium umbrellas with us, and my suitcase can also serve as a temporary shelter. However, that will do nothing for the humans aboard.
Your suitcase? Then the rumors are true. No wonder the Stick in the Mud Foundation greenlit you to build your own team.
Ulrich stares intently at the suitcase held in her hands.
I would give anything to analyze it one day.
I'm certain that day will come, eventually. Sonetto, how many equilibrium umbrellas have we brought exactly?
Exactly 73.
Unfortunately, it's far enough. Oh, hang on. Sufficient number to cover all the comrades in the suitcase. Unfortunately, it's far from enough to count for the nearly 1,000 people aboard the Free Breeze. Also, it's not all of the characters you currently have in the suitcase.
Cheer up, ladies. Our hopes are not dashed just yet.
Mr. Ulrich, you're not speaking of your artificial storm experiment, are you? We have neither the time nor personnel to assist you with it. And I implore you to consider the potential risks, especially in attempting it alone and under these conditions.
Ulrich eagerly in his explanation, heedless of compliance concerns.
Irrespective of your concerns, thanks to those oily heads and their quirky masks, I have acquired more than enough asymmetrical nuclide R to perform the immutability experiments.
But have you considered the side effects, Mr. Ulrich?
The ferrofluid halts for a moment. Right, because from the mass, not from the storm.
It's true. There is the risk of unavoidable side effects the experiments pose.
Indeed.
And I admit that, if I were in the lab, we would use much more time and caution. But on this ship, I am the only one capable of withstanding the effects of the storm syndrome.
Hold on, hang about. Have you gone right off the dock? We can't afford to lose you, genius. You're the only gadget guru we've got. Oh, we're counting on you to fix the signal.
She grabs Ulrich by the track and finally shakes it, send the ferrofluid swirling inside.
Mind the negativity, Regulus. I may be a scientist, but I'd rather not have the bad omens. It does take time to recover from the storm syndrome. Indeed, it could be as long as 3 months, or a few weeks. But hey, it may well be just a matter of seconds. Fortune favors the bold, you know.
But if I've learned anything at Laplace, it's that we'll need to do dozens of tests.
I agree with Regulus. Your plan is too reckless, Mr. Ulrich. Our priority should be to find a way to escape this ship safely.
What about Miss Barcarola? Do you think she'll stand with us?
She will. I have faith in her.
Mr. Essam, would you lend me a hand, please?
What brought our brightest little star? Oh, look at you out of breath and all covered in dust. What happened?
Easy, easy, Barcarola. We're here to help.
The warmth of the greetings causes tears to swell up in her eyes.
That's right, Signorina. Why don't you tell us what happened? The captain told us to stay put, but we'll do whatever we can to help you.
The Free Breeze will never go home again.
What?
Captain Grace said this era is coming to an end, and only those who put on a Manus Vindictae mask and pass its trial can reach the new era with her.
Sorry, what? You just turned your old friend Charlie's brain into a knot. Where are we going, then?
There's no telling where or even when we'll end up. Could be someplace 10 years ago, or even 100 years.
You mean we're traveling through time?
Indeed.
I don't know.
I've got to admit, Signorina, this all sounds a bit too wild to be believed. But as sure as a compass points north.
Shanley passes slowly with a large rock.
I will trust you mean every word you say.
Thank you, Giovanni.
So, you're saying if we don't do something, then none of us will ever see home again?
The sailor exchanged a glance, needing no words to make a decision.
It's decided then. We'll fight by your side, Miss Barcarola. Because none of us wants to find ourselves in a random land back when the dinosaurs roamed.
You got that right. I won't let them ruin my retirement.
We'll sail ourselves home if we've got to. One thing's for certain. I don't want to be stuck here for the rest of my life. All right, gentlemen, enough with the words. It's time to take action. Miss Barcarola, is there anything we can do?
Yes, of course.
Part 17, Dissonance. A soul-stirring swell of noise, appreciated even by old-school rock fans.
Hey, the Nukatai nutjobs outside are gone. Oh, don't tell me they've abandoned ship and left us here to starve. back here, you yellow-bellied cowards! This pirate is not going to Davy Jones' locker without a fight!
I've satisfied her anger by yelling at the porthole. She turns to the others.
Sonetto, are those solvents working at all? Tell me they are!
It appears the outer layer of the door has already dissolved substantially.
Excellent. The papier pillar solvents are more effective than I anticipated.
Nice. It'll take a few days.
At this rate, the door should be fully dissolved in approximately 13 hours.
Ooh, okay. That's actually pretty good.
Oh! Wow! That fast? Really, Fish Tank? I'll be waiting with bated breath.
I mean, it's effective. She fears Shakespeare's glass tank.
Hey, why don't you just whip us up a few helmets like yours? That way you can just blast the door open with TNT and we'll be sound as a pound. Well, our heads at least.
My helmet is made of regular silica, 7.092% calcium magnesium carbonate, and 3.27% aluminum oxide.
Oh.
I'm afraid it's no more explosion proof than your regular old skull.
Makes sense. Regulus stumps against the door as the last vessels of resistance leave her body. Regulus loses resistance. Oh boy. A faint shot comes on the other side of the door.
Regulus, I'd stay away from the door if I were you.
Huh?
They're here.
Hold on to his anger like your life depends on it. We ram the door open on the count of 3.
The Thompson's voice were like music to their ears.
3. 2.
Strong peoples. I nearly stole stirring impact.
1.
Let's go! With their final count, the supposedly unbreakable door collapses. Regulus swears the most beautiful noise she's ever heard.
Right on! Oh, I knew you'd come through for us, Barcarola. A rising star through hell or high water.
You have our thanks, Miss Barcarola.
I just want to save as many people as possible. For the pride of the Free Breeze.
We aim to do the same thing.
After a pause, Ulrich steps forward.
Timekeeper, I need to get to the radio room. It's likely to be the only place on the ship that will be able to get through their jamming.
She turns to Ulrich with a solemn look on her face.
I'll bring good news, I promise.
I see. Regulus, you should go with him.
No. I don't need additional manpower for such an easy...
I insist. We can't afford to lose anyone, Mr. Ulrich.
She lays a compact device in the leather-gloved hand.
This is...
The Pioneer's Mark I positioning system. The latest in technology from Laplace.
But if I recall correctly, it's never been mass-produced. Only a few prototypes were made available.
Walkie-talkie?
And this is one of them. If anything happens, someone can use it to track you down if you're in serious trouble. Like if you've fallen into the sea.
Interesting. That seems very specific.
This will surely come in handy. Thanks, Timekeeper.
Good luck, Mr. Ulrich.
He won't need it, because no one knows radio systems better than this, Captain.
She nods for it to vanish.
The rest of us need to return to the lobby and get the masked guests under control. Sonetto, do we have sufficient sedatogens left?
Yes, Timekeeper. We still have plenty.
She turns to the helmsman.
Gentlemen, I'll need your assistance too.
Of course, ma'am. Miss Barcarola already told us everything. Sounds like helping you means we're helping ourselves.
Esam, do you know where we can find the spare keys to the passenger cabins? We have another friend to free.
Katutu? Elsewhere on the ship, two stealthy figures navigate through the darkness.
Are you sure this is the right way?
Are you doubting my capabilities?
Not exactly.
We're using some assets again. The broadcast room from the museum. The broadcasting room is empty.
It's only that I expected they'd have this place locked down like the crown jewels. But nobody's here.
We'll concern ourselves with that later. Let's get to work, Regulus.
Indeed. Ignoring Regulus wandering about, Ulrich quickly channels his thought and current into the broadcasting console.
Coastal Base Station, come in. Coastal Base Station, come in. Where's the International Maritime Organization when you need them? Laplace Australia branch, please come in. Laplace Australia branch, please come in.
No dice.
I just checked out the wiring. All the signal transmitters have been sabotaged.
Ah, man.
No wonder there's been no sight nor sound of those oily freaks.
It's already been damaged. Can Regulus fix it, though? Ulrich seems unsurprised. Retracting his thought current, he disregards the apparent predicament. He lays one peculiar item after another onto the table.
Reel it in, fish tank. You're not conducting the artificial storm experiments right here, are you?
Why not? We have a supernatural phenomenon, a vast water supply, sufficient asymmetrical nuclide R, and the required sound wave frequency ready in the transmission system here. If these aren't the perfect testing conditions for the artificial storm, then what is?
Wait. Are you forgetting what you just said to Vertin? What about all those side effects? You've got no bleeding idea how severe they'll be or how long they'll last.
Which is why it's lucky you were sent along with me, Regulus. If anything happens to me, you'll have to be the one to report the experiment's results.
He really trusts her, huh? He gives a hearty pat on the shoulder.
Whether the storm comes or not, we'll have made an undeniable leap of progress. More than worth a bit of storm syndrome, no matter how nasty.
He tossed an equilibrium umbrella into Regulus' hands.
At least now you'll have an extra equilibrium umbrella.
He pays no mind to his immobile teammate. Instead, he meticulously sorts through the materials he has spread on the table. Man, I'm getting very sound flashbacks.
Ulrich! I refuse to be a part of this!
Well, you don't have to do anything, Regulus. He's kind of doing it of his own free will. You could stop him, I suppose. The good old trolley problem. Is doing nothing as bad as doing something? Or, I guess not as bad, but rather, is letting someone die as bad as killing them yourselves? Is it even considered immoral to not take action if and when you can? Part 18, 27 Club. Rock never dies. In the cramped broadcasting room, the little lion and the light bulb are to face off.
What did you say?
Her unexpected declaration has caused the ferrofluid to come to a halt.
You heard me, you daft light bulb. I will not be your undertaker.
Regulus, you still haven't grasped the significance of this project, have you? We've figured out the principles of the storm, and even developed the means to create its simulacra. Yes, there's still much room for improvement, but we've already made a huge leap. And now, we finally have the opportunity to put our theories into application. Finding an immutable material is essential to our survival. The Regulus satellite proved it to all of us. Just think about it, Regulus. We are standing right on the cusp of the post-storm era.
What cost, though? Regulus hangs her head.
Fish tank? You planned this all along, didn't you?
Oh, snap. There was no experiment where there wasn't going to be a subject involved, was there? Dang.
Don't tell me you're worried about the funds and credit for the experiment. Laplace will cover all your potential losses and expenses incurred should anything go wrong.
Not the point.
And whether this project succeeds or not, your assistance has been indispensable. Surely enough to earn you a fat bonus and a high rating for your salary review. And I will certainly not be hogging all the credit.
If you're dead. Or have gone crazy. Ulrich thought upon seeing an even more resolute expression come across Regulus' face.
Whoa! No! Keep it in the tank! You've got me all wrong, Magnet Head.
Huh?
The two exchanged stunned looks.
I'm a member of Laplace now, same as you. A researcher, not just an observer. I too witnessed the storm.
Ulrich has never seen Regulus so earnest.
So ergo, therefore, QED, I'll participate in your artificial storm experiment. Not as your note-taker, but as your fellow experimenter.
Oh, snap. Worse.
I never expected this from you, Regulus.
He knocks on his glass tank, perplexed.
Don't tell me my reports were really that bad. Never mind. Really, don't tell me. Fact of the matter is, I got an advance on my wages, so I fully intend to do my duty as a researcher. Besides, no rockin' pirate with a spine would ever leave their shipmate stranded in danger.
Ulrich sees Regulus' shoulders.
I admire your courage, truly. However, when it comes to these experiments, you must leave it to me. That is an order, Regulus.
His resolve's unyielding. He opens the door, sending Regulus to leave his lap.
I need you to observe my status through the porthole and record our experimental data. You're the only one that can do it.
Alright, Magnet Head, have it your way.
Oh, she's relenting. It is very important. Someone has to make the sacrifice. Her eyes linger on experimental materials in the case. I guess, to be sure, much like the Vermont scenario, once again, it's the awakened who are the most immune to the storm syndrome. So, if they're volunteering and they sign their waivers, who are we to stop them, right? Her eyes linger on the experimental materials in the case. It's a similar thing that happens in the real world with, patients who are on death's door, volunteering for Hail Mary experiments and surgeries to save their lives. Most of the time it doesn't work, but it is her decision. The difference being, though, well, I was going to say Ulrich isn't necessarily on death's door, but also it's a state of emergency with the storm, so maybe that justifies it. Ah, the ethics of it all. Her eyes linger on the experimental materials in the case. Platinum Ouija boards, young dragon tongue tubes, fire moth powder, and numerous played records.
Say, Ulrich,
He brought all of it.
rock?
Yeah, of course.
Now is hardly the time to chat about music, don't you think? I hope you won't be pestering me with more of these inane questions. And to answer you, I prefer brown noise. Its frequencies produce a soothing rhythm in my ferrofluid.
Cool.
See? That's exactly why I can't leave it to you.
What?
This logical leap nearly caused Ulrich's circuits to crash.
I turned a blind eye to your blatant acts of piracy and brushed off your blasphemies against Rock. But if I miss out on an adventure like this, I'll forever lose the right to join the 27 Club.
The 27 Club?
All the best rock stars die at 27, or in a blaze of glory.
Oh my goodness.
This is my record, my responsibility. We might fall or even vanish. Maybe we'll get turned into cubes or paint or whatever. But at the end of the day, Rock never dies.
Huh?
So Regulus arguing, not necessarily stopping Ulrich, but rather being the one doing the experiment instead and being the subject. But the awakened have the advantage of like not needing rest, and if in case they get turned into their base forms, they don't outright die. But the side effects are not to be taken lightly. Madame Lucy is a good example of that. There's a reason she's no longer head of the LSCC.
Whether you're a rock legend or not, you shine with the radiance of humanity. Regulus, I salute both your experimental spirit and your rock and roll spirit. There's only one thing left to do. Project. Experiments on material immutability via artificial storm. Locale. Radio room of the Free Breeze cruise ship. Experimenters. Ulrich and Regulus.
Both of them.
Our experiment will now commence.
Looks like she finally convinced them. Not a task to be taken lightly. Of course. Data supplementation. Please extract and record the useful content from this videotape.
Check it out! You are witnessing the greatest rock moment of all time. Brought to you by the one and only Rockin' Captain.
Keep it down, Researcher Regulus. I'm recording this.
Hey, we could die at any second. No way I'm gonna stay silent.
Then just keep yelling. We'll keep the control variables consistent. Now, start testing the next material. Researcher Regulus. Put down the Dragon Blood resin compass and pick up the Phantom Ouija.
Yeah, how's this? Have I become a work of art yet?
As with the previous material test, Researcher Regulus' temporary storm symptoms have shown no improvement. The Platinum Ouija is ruled out. This concludes the testing of single material objects. Next, let's move on to the two material objects. Ooh. So they're really taking on the symptoms, huh? Well, if they've gone through with it, nothing left to do but continue, I suppose. Can't let the research go to waste. Part 19. The Pain of Missing Home. The compasser swaying in the wind, the water wheel turning on the riverbank. These are the familiar scenes that people long for. Dead bodies.
Miss Vertin, it seems all the passengers are gathered in the lobby.
The group has finally arrived at the cruise ship lobby. The place is a mess.
We've lost too much time. A lot of people have put on masks while we were locked up. We'll need to round up the ones that are still conscious.
Sure.
The hastily assembled rescue team leaps to action, breaking up rising quarrels and separating the crowd members fighting over masks.
Manager, more contenders? Like we don't have enough people wrestling for a mask.
Give me that mask, asshole! I'm joining Manus Vindicte. I will take the trial.
Clearly, any semblance of onboard etiquette has been long abandoned.
Sir, I believe you may be too weak to endure the trial. You should leave this valuable opportunity to someone who will be more useful to Captain Grace.
Please put the mask down, everyone. This isn't the way to survive.
Give it to me! That mask belongs to me! Miss Grace smiled at me once. She must like me. She'll want me to join her!
I just don't want to be killed by the storm thing. I don't want to die.
The helmsmen dip and dive for the crowd as they administer sedatives to the almost delirious passengers.
Get back to your senses, people! If I were you, I'd have thrown these creepy masks into the sea the moment I saw them!
The Nukatai survivors watch the nearby rescue operation from afar. Thanks to Grace's kindness, the situation appears far brighter than the other guests. Not all of them share their newfound faith.
Salome, you must put on the mask, please! For our people. It's not scary, I promise. Would you rather be captured by those outsiders?
Go to the captain's room, Toa. You passed your trial. I'm sure the captain and our people there need you more than I do. I must stay here to look after Kitiona, Little Pita, and our friends who still seem to be lost.
What is wrong with you, Salome? All you need to do is put on the mask.
He genuinely thinks that's the right thing to do. Selena breaks free of Toa's grip, nearly falling to the floor as she does so.
I'm sorry, Toa. I think Fatutu was right to have second thoughts. Look at all the people who have put on the mask. Now tell me how many of them have survived.
Following Selena's tear-filled gaze, countless failures to trial lie sprawled on the floor. Nukatai, Australians, Italians, sailors, merchants, tourists.
And what? You're afraid? Is this really more important than bringing our people home?
The storm had mismarried the ship. The lobby have grown increasingly silent.
You have changed. The Toa I knew would never have dared to ask me such a foolish question. Haven't you heard their cries?
You need to think of the future, Salome. The new, beautiful homeland we're going to recover. We could live peacefully once more. We could...
His tears mixed with the viscous black liquid of the mass as they drip onto the floor.
Please stop, Toa. I'm sorry. When I see how tainted and twisted your spirit shell has become, I can't. I won't.
Selena crumples to the floor, her voice barely a whisper. Soneto spots them among the crowd.
I recognize her. That's Miss Salome. Timekeeper, I think they need assistance.
She rushes towards the Nukatai survivor.
Sonetto, watch out!
She rushes towards the Nukatai survivors. Sorry. Narrowly dodging the attack, Soneto looks up in surprise. Beneath their cold bronze mask, viscous black fluid seeps from the Nukatai believers' eyes and mouths.
Their limbs have twisted into grotesque shapes, and they mutter to themselves, as though tormented by an unending pain.
Sinetto, get ready to use those sedatogens.
Just as what's been practiced countless times.
Indeed.
May the peace be with us.
At the end of every 3 rounds, summon 2 Nukatai to the allied backfield. And cast at least 3 incantations of the same type in a round. Trigger homophones for every 1 additional incantation of the same type. Cast this way, homophones level +1. Yeah, I'm still not quite clear on what homophones even are, but okay.
Perfectly understood. Saxophones and a bandura? As you wish. Do you have a little faith in me, Master? Listen up.
Nice. Right. No new enemy descriptions here, and relatively easy to deal with.
Saxophones and... Isn't that... My next performance, bubbles bursting. Listen to the melody
And we're done.
of wind and waves. Finally, it's just you and me, Master. Do 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 do.
Their frenzy subsides as suffering individuals drift into slumber.
Pardon me for this, please.
He sprays a dose of sedatogen over them. Unfortunately, the sedatogen seems to have little effect on those under the control of the mass.
What are you doing to my people? I won't let you hurt them.
Soa stands vigilantly before Sinetto, shielding the unconscious man as believers.
Miss Burton! Miss Sinetto! We're back!
The Tutu comes rushing over.
Sloane! Toa! Are you alright?
Tutu.
Their encounter brings little joy. Soa, intensively touching the mask clasped to his face, takes a few steps back.
I'm so glad to see you unharmed, Fatutu. But our friends... I know what happened, Solone. Parkerola told me everything when she got me out.
Yeah, I figured.
I've made up my mind now. We can't wear their masks alone. We never should have agreed to their so-called revenge plan.
The Manus believers seem to latch on to her words, reacting as though they are a shot of adrenaline. They're so far gone. Soa leaps forward, the ragged claws tearing through his arm as he shields his childhood friend once again.
Toa! No! No!
Why is this happening?
Blood splatters before her eyes, painting the lobby with wall crimson. The believer's appetite for vengeance has only grown stronger.
Retribution.
They seem to be more frantic than ever before. Timekeeper, I suggest increasing the dosage of sedatogens.
Not enough.
The mask's influence has wormed its way deep into their brains. I'm afraid sedatogens won't be able to awaken their consciousness any longer. They need something that reaches into their soul.
The management leaders determined to destroy everything in their path. As they surge forward, the crowd is pushed back. Barcarola is caught in the center of the chaos.
Isn't there something I can do?
The wails, the cries, and the pounding rain outside nearly overwhelm her. Amidst the chaos, the ghost is out of her hand.
Stop playing with that atrocious toy of yours and pay attention to the class, Barcarola.
Thwack, she jumps at the sound.
Music is a language that moves us on to a deeper level than any other, transcending both culture, place, and time. Whoever you are and wherever you go, it will always stir the depths of your soul.
Familiar simple tones flow from a crackling box. A soft, indescribable melody was for Tutu. The song is both strange and intimate. Where's it from? Some like Ramona that Marco talked about, the helmsman's spontaneous sing-song, or from Melly's traditional bonfire
We're not so
festival.
different deep down, are we?
Huh? What's that sound? Violins, piano, cellos, double bass, and flutes.
But violins? She hates violins.
I want to go home.
People raised her hands helplessly, clawing at the air. Tears blur her vision, but her thoughts only grow clearer. Though her hands are trembling, she gently lifts her harmonica to her lips. Her quivering lips blow gentle rhythm into the harmonica. A new melody joins the ensemble. The islander and the musician exchange a glance, and with no tone of words, the music flows in them like an ancient joyful river. It's not going to be enough, though, is it? Black liquid stills, no longer seeping from the mass. Black liquid stills no longer seeping from the mass to help us. The melody echoes through the lobby, gently closing the eyes of the tormented believers. Soa's raised hands finally fall, as though succumbing to a deep sleep.
It's over now, dear friends.
Barcarola nervously wrings her hands.
I'm sorry, Fatutu. I didn't expect my song to put your people in this state. I only wanted to help.
You did. You're the greatest musician I've ever seen.
So they're dying.
your friends. They've gone home. But
The lightly trembling shoulders before her suddenly feel unfamiliar. Had those fragile, tender shoulders always been so brave and resolute?
look at the shining, pristine spirit shells around their necks. That is a sign. It tells us that their souls are at peace. That our friends lived a full and honest life.
Wiping her tears, Tutu checks her feet and how to gently collect her lost people's spirit shells. She'd still feel the warmth in her palm.
Tutu!
Before the warmth of the spirit shells can fade, Kamutsa strides to the lobby, his demeanor cold. Well, at least Barcarola put them to rest, I suppose. Part 20. To elsewhere, to home. We are not going anywhere. Okay, looks like we're gonna go a little bit over stream time today.
What are you doing?
I got an hour.
How could you side with our enemies? Against your own people? Against the ones who would rebuild our home? You've brought shame on our people. You've disappointed me.
Incredulous severity colors his tone.
Stop all this now and come with me. We will beg Miss Grace to cleanse your soul.
Like the countless times before, he waits for her to grasp his outstretched hand. Thwack. That's like an act of defiance.
Joining Manus Vindictae was a mistake, Kamutsa. Their masks blinded our people. They tricked us with their lies and empty promises. But look, so many precious lives lost for nothing.
It wasn't for nothing. They died for the resurrection of Nukuteao. Isn't it your dream too? To rebuild our home in a land free of humans and their wickedness?
Oh yeah, bring back the land, but not the people. Sure. Just, sacrifice a few lives. That makes it worth it. But Tutu shakes her head.
No, not anymore, Kamutsa.
She looks around at her people, their faces marked with pain and confusion.
We may have lost our islands, but what we've done here lost us something far more precious.
Their souls.
There's nothing in this so-called new era that Miss Grace promised us that is worth becoming monsters and corrupting our spirit shells. Our pride must be in ourselves and who we are. The shells around our necks, the words we speak to one another, the way we treat others with kindness, not hatred. That is what defines us. We are more than just how the outsiders can use us. More than our sea mother's eye. We are the wisdom of our elders and the traditions we keep sacred. And if our islands all sink beneath the waves, we will remember them in our craft and in our stories. We will remember the story of the brave Nukutai girl fighting off the series. We will remember them in the songs of Nukuteao. No matter whether it's an island or a ship we stand on, as long as we're together, Nukuteao, our home, lies beneath our feet. Didn't you say you would always have faith in me, Kamutsa?
You believed I could lead our people to a better future. Now, I believe in myself too.
She raised her head, the shells in her chest heaving with every breath. They trembled in unison, resonating with the collective energy of the Nukutai.
You'll be a better leader than I ever was, Fatutu.
Oh. The expected reprimand never comes. She stares in shock at her brother. His lips curled with a faint smile, and his trembling hands extended out to her end, the black blood seeping from his eyes and ears.
What's happening to you?
She got to him, but, well, we already saw it happening to others as well.
I'm fine, Tutu. I'll be alright.
The towering figure before her falls to the ground.
You're right, dear sister. The words you spoke have opened my eyes.
Pained words are forced through his blackened lips.
Brother!
As she cries out, heads turn toward her. The mask remains tightly affixed to Kamuta's face, its black liquid nearly covering entirely.
It's the mask's punishment.
I don't understand.
They don't want to let
Manus
go.
Vindictae used their masks to sift out their most loyal followers. Those who pass the trial can retain their personality and memories. However, if they should show any signs of faltering in their faith, the mask will punish them. Their consciousness will be devoured by the fathomless depths of Arcanum, until they become nothing but a walking corpse, caught in eternal agony.
A slow clap breaks the silence.
Well, well, I am stunned by the breadth of your knowledge of our operations, Miss Furton.
It's kind of obvious at this point. After the 1920s, people were going to figure something out about those masks. Sheesh.
But I must remind you, gossip like that is terribly bad manners. Is it any wonder why our guests look so terrified? Though it does pique my curiosity. I wonder, even with all you said, do they fear us more than they fear death?
Her commanding gaze hovers over the ship's passengers before finally landing on her former follower.
What a pity, Mr. Kamuda. I had high hopes for you. It seems our friendship has come to an untimely end.
Her words are cold and emotionless, instilling a new fear in the crowd.
The people here know the truth about your masks. There's no sense trying to deceive them any longer.
Oh, is that so?
Grace slowly advances, her steps poised.
Timekeeper, stay behind me.
As imposes herself near Tsu, poised to fight.
Oh, what do we have here? How adorable. The ever-loyal deputy leaps into action. But we're on a tight schedule, and I don't have time to play games. There's no power in your shiny little badge here.
She mats foundation on her chest.
Mr. Kamuda, Manus Vindictae will forever remember your contribution. Farewell.
Fatutu, watch out!
Sleste tu pandva.
Brother! No!
She's still laughing then. She used his body. Observation deck. Free breeze. A temporarily balanced if encounters. This battle will enter balance mode. Unbalanced characters will have their level. Psyche and character resonance raised 2. Level 20. Psyche level 60. Resonance level 12. Alice Nukatayo, now far from home. Okay, same there. Cocoon being which used to be Kamuta. Encased in a cocoon formed by the dark sea wind, this fragile chrysalis is like fine silk intricately woven with patterns of black and blue. The force stirred within the cocoon can shatter the sun like a ship wrecked on a treacherous reef. All things fade, even sunlight. With a dying glow she emerges, wreathed in the sun's burning halo. Oh, it's a combination of all their bodies then. Okay, gotta get rid of the Nukuteo in the back. Otherwise, there'll be damage reduction. After entering phase 2 at the end of each round, this unit is not in the metamorphosis status. Randomly summons 2 Manzanite members to the backfield. After an ally dies, extends challenge duration of metamorphosis by 1 round. Okay, so just keep them off the field if you can. After entering phase 3, dispels all control status effects himself and there's the sound shedding status. So it's not immune to control statuses then. One sound shedding status. This is immune to control effects but cannot gain Moxie. And cast Transformation Mist of Darkness after sound shedding ends on all enemies and then dies. So huge mass attack. After entering phase 3, gain 7 stacks of flaking powder for self. After this unit loses all stacks of flaking powder, get initial damage taken reduction minus 30%. Okay, so we want it to run out of flaking powder. Cannot exceed max HP times 10%. Stacks up 10 times, minus 1 stack after being attacked. So follow-up attacks are going to be good here. After entering phase 3 at the start of each round, sacrifice 50% of HP of all allies, and grants 3 stacks of flaking powder to the self, then randomly summons 2 Mass Dictate members to the backfield. I see. So all bad things, essentially. And the scene effects. We still have homophones. At level 2, we get Sanctuary Concerto, dealing max HP times 10%. Genesis damage to enemies, giving us a shield for 2 rounds. If you already have a shield, then our new shield is stacked on top of the existing shield, up to max of 5% official shields cap. Ooh, very good, very good. These are all good things. Yeah, I think this will work. It's just for fun and for story anyway. So I'm confident we can beat the boss here with this lineup.
Miss Grace deliberately led us here to the deck. But why?
Timekeeper, the fog is thickening by the minute. The low visibility might hinder our ability to use arcane skills.
As suspected. Our attacks can't reach her from this distance.
Gotta get rid of the followers.
Please allow me to spearhead the assault.
Be careful, Sonetto.
Is that a cocoon?
Is Miss Grace inside? No. This power feels more complex than any person, and much more dangerous.
Oh, okay, it's Miss Grace. I see.
Timekeeper, the cocoon is affecting the masked guests somehow. Look, they're writhing in pain.
We have to act fast. Finish this before more civilians fall victim.
Right.
Understood.
Who ate beans?
I want to take a look at the inside of the cocoon. I will rock roll of these. When home wants to a certain level, Sanctuary Concerto gains 1 charge. Tap on the yellow icon to cast Sanctuary Concerto, dealing Genesis damage to all enemies and granting a shield to all allies. If shield already exists, shield value increased. Yep. Got this one already. Ooh. Oh, these are all red. We can kind of see her inside. But she's in a fetal position. Can't tell if those are her legs or her arms though. Okay. Oh, she does have control. Resilience, but not resistant. But not immunity. Okay. That's fine. Okay, all good. I don't have any healers here, but well, too late now. We settle for a shield, I suppose.
Perfectly understood.
Oh, hang on. Alright, that. This.
Saxophone's end. My sword sharp. Keep calm. I dedicate this song to you. Listen up. Sempre caro mi fu quel servo cole.
Okay, that's one down at least. Oh, never mind. I think they have a bit more health than you would think. You're gonna steal your followers' health now? Not yet. That's phase 3, I suppose. Okay, okay.
Saxophone's end. A bandura? As you wish.
1, 2. No, not quite enough. But we'll get pretty close.
Perfectly understood. Please enjoy.
There we go. Very good. Very good.
Stay back, I say. Feel my dark embrace.
Nice. Alright. Let's get to the next phase, shall we?
Why, Miss Grace? They've already given their souls over to you. Why do you insist on taking their lives too?
Everything. Must have everything.
Betrayal bears a hefty price, Miss Fatutu. The lies of the Foundation have twisted your minds. You're confused, disoriented. I'm sorry I couldn't save you from them.
Oh boy, the gaslighting.
No! You're the one who lied to us!
I've done nothing of the sort. I will guide you to a brighter future. To a home untouched by the tsunami. Just as I promised. My friend.
I don't believe you. Not anymore.
What a pity.
Up, and here comes more of them. Great. Great. Here you go, Baccarola. Ah, not yet. Okay,
Perfectly understood.
Two attacks.
You have saxophone's end.
Followed by the
A bit. Shall I, Master? Do
We're
you
in phase
have
2
a little
now.
faith in me, Master? I dedicate this song to you. Listen up.
They're quickly running out of health though, so you gotta keep track of that. Now let's see, shall we?
Crescendo with fortissimo tutti.
Cool.
Sweet dreams.
That's the first time I've done Barcola's ultimate. I actually don't know what it does. I should probably read that actually. One target buff, has quartet status all after 1 round, and gas counter status to target ally in the south. Ah, additional attack. Interesting. Distance 5 rounds after, recovers your +3 to all allies and quartet status. Granting Moxie +1 to self, and has 8 points of inspiration. Soon prompt incantations for the round. Ooh, fun. Ah, sorry Ezra. Looks like you've been replaced. And again, Ezra is more of a support type, so not necessarily. Whereas for 2-2 is Barcarola is a mix of sub DPS plus support here.
Perfectly understood. It could be found. I believe in you. Given that...
Just in case.
Stay back, I say! Intersect and divide.
Okay, all good.
Sempre caro mi su quest'erbo cole.
I was wondering.
It's a bubble.
But no, we're fine. Gotta get those homophones up. It's about to its ultimate.
What an awful racket you made.
Ooh, not good. Oh. More of these, eh? 2. Okay. I can work with that. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, let's see if we get lucky. Yes! Okay. Good, good, good. Very good.
Do you have any requests? Saxophones and... a bandura? A sword shop.
Come on, Antonella. And Barcarola. Come through, come through. It's time. Yes!
Listen to the melodies of wind and waves. Sempre caro
Listen
mi
to that
su
melody.
quest'erbo cole.
Okay, not as I hoped, but not bad. Aha! Phase 3.
Hurry along, my dear guest. Say your farewells to our beloved free breeze while you still have the chance.
That doesn't sound good.
The cocoon! It's breaking open!
Stay calm, Sonetto. This is our chance. Time to destroy this thing and save the free breeze.
Looking forward to when this becomes the main spoiler then boss. Oh, there it is. We got ourselves a GLaDOS. Upside down woman. Oh boy, okay. And you got flaking powder. Great, 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 great. Gotta get rid of the followers first. And, you know, try to survive the attacks. Barcarola might die soon.
I believe in you. Perfectly understood. Do you have any requests? It could be found.
Okay, let's see how much damage they do.
And this is an alien city. Keep calm. My next performance, bubbles bursting.
One thing that's working in our favor here is it did absorb the health of its followers, so
Check my calculation.
we have a little bit here to work with, if nothing else. Oh, I didn't cast the ultimate. Whoops. Well, that's fine. There's only so many of them anyway, so it works out. Ah, disarm time. Okay, here we go. 1,
To think the world I have never seen. Even that.
3,
A sword shop.
and for everybody else,
Shall I, master?
let's channel, shall we?
Each moment, now night.
No attacks from you. That's what I prefer, I think.
Intersect and divide.
Come on, come on, come on. So close now, so close. good, very good. Ah, there's no more, but well, there's less of them to deal with at this point. Come on, come on, come on! Quartet. And here comes Anjanala with a bitch. Okay, not bad, not bad. Mass Nibitai. Okay, we still have him. Great. Let's take advantage, shall we?
Saxophones and saxophones and a bandura.
1, 2,
As you
3, 4. There we go.
Listen up.
Marco is definitely gonna die in this fight, but we're gonna win for sure.
Please enjoy. Stay back, I say.
Didn't daze it. Right, we need the Octopus house at this point. It's phase 3. Eee. Oh, there it is. Ah, shoot. Okay. Fine, fine. I won't bring Soneto then. I'll bring a healer, I suppose. Let's see. Who should we bring? Who should we bring? Let's bring... Oh, recommended star. So, let's bring Tooth Fairy.
I'm here for a warm tea.
Or you know what? I just mentioned them earlier. Let's bring Ezra.
Operation completed.
Let's have fun with it, you know?
Miss Grace delivered and which of these darlings shall we attend to first?
Here we go again.
Do you saxophones and do you have any requests? Learn. Please enjoy. I dedicate this song to you. Please, take good care of yourself.
Not great, but not bad either. Oh, right. I didn't actually enter game status last round. That's why. Well, let's do it now.
Perfectly understood. Saxophone. Do you have any requests?
It's the Watch You Die.
Keep calm. My next performance, bubbles bursting. Listen up.
There we go.
Feel my
Excellent.
dark embrace. How troublesome.
Only one for now. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Leave it to me. Saxophones and... Do you have any requests? Perfectly understood. In a second. Listen to the melodies of wind and waves. I dedicate this song to you. Flee, mortals!
There we go.
Watch out!
No follower summon? Okay. Up to you, I suppose.
Load.
Obviously, we're not dealing as much damage as we did before.
Leave it to me.
But at least we're a bit less squishy.
Saxophones and...
Oh, no him incantations, huh?
Perfectly understood.
Very well.
I will
We'll make
help
do.
you. Listen up. Stay back, I say. Flee, mortals. Why, Miss Grace? They've already...
But what?
Oh, I have to do 4 attack incantations for it to work. I see. Well, kind of difficult to do, but I can try. Just not in this round, I suppose.
Load. Leave it to me. Shall I, Master? In a second. Stay back, I say.
Nice.
Now for the crescendo with fortissimo tutti. Sweet dreams.
Most excellent. Alright, let's get back all the time to shine here, shall we? Get these homophones in order as per.
Saxophones
And now we know the ult doesn't really cause any damage. It's that last attack I have to deal with that I probably get attention to. But we're only in phase 2 right now. It's phase 3 you have to really worry about. I think if I'm going to do the hard version of this, I will definitely bring Madame Lucy. And Janella as well, even though she's weaker. And Winsong, just to be sure. Basically just a bunch of characters that I can. Not meant to do, but okay.
Perfectly understood. I'm here, with everyone. Loaded. Shall I, Master? Please, allow me.
Shall we?
An amazing discovery. Please, take good care of yourself.
my dear guests. Say your farewells to our beloved free breeze while you still have the chance.
The cocoon! It's breaking open! Stay calm, Sonetto. This is our chance.
Let's go.
Time to destroy this thing and save the free breeze.
Well, we're hand through as quickly as I think we are. Might not be possible. I just realized the mist turns red with phase 3. Interesting. Yeah, might not be the best idea to pair Barcarola with Antonella, actually. No, I'm actually looking at it. Taking powder. Down 8. Very good. We gotta do more.
Leave it to me. The final demonstration. You have perfect argument. Power
Let's
from
get rid of the
soil.
flaking powder, shall we?
Welcome
As much as we can.
numbers.
No him status yet, but that'll be the key, I think. Getting it faster. Yeah, that's why I would bring Lucy here. Just like pair Antonella with Lucy and do more follow-up attacks. Definitely bring 37 and win song too for the most number of attacks per turn, per round. Okay. So far still alive. Somehow. Not for very much longer.
Saxophone's end. Saxophone's end. Do you have any requests? Listen up.
Yes, I request you not kill us. That'd be great.
Please enjoy.
Not let's get killed, rather. Ah, very good, Antonella. Very good. There we go. Okay, now if we could just keep ourselves alive. Is it time? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Fun. Just gotta survive this turn. One, 2, 3.
Highly efficient plan.
Shield up. A little parting gift.
It could be found. I will help you.
Okay. It didn't even trigger. Very good. So, actually, it was better just like get rid of it before it cast it in the first place. I see, I see.
Finally, it's
Win.
just you and me, Master.
You win. Ooh, we are quite a bit over time at this point, but we can still make it, I think. The arcane fluctuations tend to dissipate around Grace.
Captain Grace.
What is it now, Miss Barcarola? I'm sure you've already guessed this, but you've been relieved of your duties here.
Obviously.
Gaining the support of the Nukatai was never your purpose. Am I right?
Yeah, what was her
Miss Grace,
purpose here?
give me back my friends!
Grace ignores Flutu's shouts and slightly furrows her brow.
Oh, Vertin. I could almost delight in your cleverness, if it wasn't so damnably frustrating.
She snaps her fingers. Blink. A worn, oddly shaped spirit shell rolls to Grace's feet. She picks it up as if greeting a long-lost friend. Oh, the shells! Right. Mentioned that already.
But there's no turning back now.
The room falls silent once more. There's no sound but the howling of the wind outside. A burst of static echoes from the lobby speakers.
Hello? Hello? Can't anyone hear me? This is Ulrich from the Plaza Storm Research Group.
Oh dear.
The radio broadcast rolls to already frazzled guests.
Whoa.
Tonight, a stricken guest looks up, the broadcast still hissing incomprehensibly.
Everyone! We found a material that...
Maxiemian storm
Our
syndrome?
storm problem is...
The room falls briefly silent. And it breaks into thunders of cheers and applause.
What?
This poor guy. Can't hear anything because he has tinnitus. It's a disease, I believe, that messes with the eardrums, causing ringing in your ears. Part 21. Final Farewell. Well, I imagine there's like 3 more chapters after that. But I think we're close to the end. We might be able to finish on time. Well, as on time as you can be after extending. What is the price one must pay for freedom, my dear? The joy of this declaration has reached the hearts of the crowd. Amid the cheers, more and more masks are cast aside.
You never cease to amaze me, do you?
Manus Vindictae have failed.
It would appear that way to you, wouldn't it, Miss Furton? How shall I congratulate you?
A Manus messenger emerges behind Grace. And running away. Italian? No. Wonder what language
Well,
it is.
well, time does fly, as they say. Be seeing you, and sooner than you think.
Grace opens her pocket watch one last time before casually tossing it aside.
But before I go, consider this a parting gift from your captain. For all time's sake.
Boom. Grace gives an elegant bow.
Goodbye, my dear guests. From the bottom of my heart. Thank you all for this unforgettable journey.
So creepy. Rumble. The reefs.
From the engine room.
Right, they're rushing towards the reefs.
Tin-headed bastards. They must have done something to it.
Yep.
Go see what you can from the deck, Charlie.
The seasoned helmsmen hurriedly make their way to the deck.
Damn it all! It blew a hole straight to the starboard hole.
Yep. While the helmsman plays anxiously, Barcarola suddenly realizes the gravity situation.
Gentlemen, you can't possibly be saying that the free breeze is going to sink.
Yep. The ship tremors again. It's as if they're on a battlefield.
What's worse, that explosion came from over by the lifeboats. These bastards are hell-bent on making sure we all end up at the bottom of the sea.
Sound tearing waves, coming steel plates, and crying gas pours the cabin through shattered portholes. The pitch black sea starts as far as I can see, its surface alive with turbulent, inky swirls. There's only a way of panic ship
Help us,
flying
Miss
again.
Barcarola. You promised to keep us safe.
And you, miss! Aren't you from the Foundation, or whatever? You said you'd protect us.
The gas desperately clinging to any chance of salvation.
Please line up, everyone. My suitcase should be able to temporarily shelter some passengers.
Up to 73 or
Miss
72,
Barcarola,
right?
Do you know how many passengers are aboard?
Jason clearly knows every detail about the free breeze.
About 1,600 in total.
Oh!
But I think many of them will be injured. I don't know how well they can move.
Yeah, it's a bit too many, I think.
My suitcase alone won't be able to transfer that many people in time.
Yeah, nope. Suddenly the communicator clutches at his hand. Makes a sharp sound.
The signal's back, Timekeeper.
Just as we suspected. They were jamming our signal.
Yep.
But how did they know our internal frequency?
You got a mole. She quickly brushed the question aside. There are more urgent matters to attend to.
This is Vertin. Please come in. We are currently aboard the cruise ship Free Breeze at coordinates 5535 degrees south, 6501 degrees west. The engine has been destroyed by Manus Vindictae, and the ship is taking on water fast. There are more than 1,600 passengers aboard, but we won't be able to evacuate every passenger through my suitcase alone before the ship goes under.
Indeed.
We are in need of immediate rescue.
Understood. We will dispatch rescue resources and personnel from the nearest branch as soon as possible. Before their arrival, please do everything possible to minimize casualties.
Love how polite the
Miss
communicator
Barcarola,
sounds.
could you point me towards the radio room? I believe our friends may be in need of help.
Of course.
Regulus and Ulrich. Another jogs away in the point direction. The creaking of the ship's planks grow louder, and its railings ringing unpainfully. Their sound carries on the freezing wind and whips at the ears of the crowd. Shivering from the cold, Barcarola remembers something.
Wait! Miss Grace wasn't the captain for long. It's possible she didn't know about the ship's backup lifeboats. They might still be intact.
That's good.
Good thinking, Miss Barcarola. You're a natural-born captain.
You know,
Everyone,
before the ship
follow
sinks.
me.
Great, now we have 2 mission captains on our team. Regular procurement. It's because of necessities that we can never truly call the sea our home. Meat, vegetable fruits, as always. Tobacco, alcohol, as always. Check. Ice cream, on orders new captain, all plane deliveries have been cancelled. Ornamental plants and animals. Get plenty more from Australia. First aid kits, medications, as always, check. Lifeboat maintenance. Maintenance complete, backup boats are empty. New captain orders maintenance for the backup boat as well. Interesting. I guess she didn't want Vertin dying, but Vertin has a suitcase, so... No, I think we can say we don't want to know the location of the backup boats. Oh, guess we'll find out. Part 22, without regret. A fleeting beauty vanishing into water. The room is cloaked in oppressive shadow, as if harboring a menacing spirit. A gentleman emerged from the darkness. Forget me not?
You did well, Apostle.
He examines the spirit shells, the lifelong emotions of the nuclei lightly clinking in his hands.
These are splendid. They will ensure the overflow of ritual energy will be properly contained. To be frank, I had my doubts about your capabilities. You're still wet behind the ears, and you haven't yet got enough blood on those hands of yours.
Not yet. The apostle bows, her pale hands cling to the doorframe.
I am willing to do anything for their return.
Forget-me-not offers her an encouraging smile.
Still, you surpassed my expectations.
Her hand is trembling.
You look tired. Life at sea must have taken its toll on you. Relax now. You're home.
As you wish.
She takes a deep breath and hides her trembling fingers behind her back.
You will play an important role in our upcoming plans. Rest well, Apostle.
I will.
I wonder. Grace didn't directly kill anyone. I mean, she gave the mask, but like, all of them were tools of the Mass Vindictae and are part of the regular process. She has a moth headpiece in her hair, which does remind me of phototaxis, which seems to be an arcane skill that reads the minds and memories of other people. Very similar to Marcos or Cacanio's abilities. And Constantine mentioned that someone was on the ship as well that Constantine cares about. So I wonder if Grace here is a spy for the Foundation, or more specifically, a spy for the Pax Peace Council and Constantine. But she's still willing to sacrifice lives because, well, if her mentor is Constantine, then, you know, it would make sense that she'd be willing to dirty her hands a little bit to gain the trust of the Mass Vindictae to get more information. Bria's hand frees as she closes the door. Hesitation is evident.
Thank you, Mr. Forget-Me-Not.
As she shuts the door, Forget-Me-Not's outline blurs, and his smile vanishes in the shadows. Steadying herself, Grace slowly moves towards the faint glimmer of light. Her heart's beating in her ears. The wind whipping through the corridor caused her to shiver. She presses her back against the door and slides to the ground. Trembling, she crawls to the nearest coffin. A display case meant for the next specimen. Thud?
It's hard to see here. Please hold on to each other and follow the sound of my music.
Thank you so much, Miss Barcarola. If it weren't for you, we never would have survived. You're so courageous.
But what if there aren't enough lifeboats for everyone? Will we have to leave anyone behind?
The guests shivering crowd is scattered by the sea breeze. They shudder and stumble as they follow the music. The sky is dark, but the churning clouds are no longer noisy. The cries of gulls and the crashing of waves merge the weeping of the crowd. They make their way through the corridors and staircases for what seems like an eternity, their faces steeped in shadow.
I don't want to die like this. There's still so many things I want to do.
I want to go home. Even if the storm changes everything. I just want to go.
We have talked about it. And the Nukatai are willing to give up their spots if there aren't enough boats for everyone. We want to make amends for what happened earlier.
But Tutu, this wasn't your people's fault. The Free Breeze will not abandon any of its passengers.
She raised her crackling box high, her face flushing red.
You have my word as the official musical director. And I suppose, the acting captain.
Marco Rolo, what have you done to your crackling box?
Sinfonia Chiosa, dividetevi con grazia.
Turning it into raps.
I remember you telling us how hard you worked to find it. I haven't seen one of those since my time in Galicia.
Oh, she broke her crackling box into the component instruments. Yeah, she's turned into rafts. Boats.
You're not just a great musician, you're trying so good. You say that.
Oh, most of them are made of wood, so that makes sense. The brass ones I don't think are going to be as helpful, but the wood ones for sure. A new day, a new life, and the same old job. Thoughts on the solar eclipse. Submit report. Okay. Report on the Freebreeze incident. According to Timekeeper's statement provided to our personnel, the recent hijacking of the Freebreeze was orchestrated by Miss Grace, a member of Manus Indicte. Her involvement included the abduction of Nukatais and persuading passengers to wear Manus Indicte masks. Considering this, an upgrade in our risk assessment for Miss Grace may be necessary, along with issuing a formal warrant for arrest. Additionally, with assistance from Regulus, a member of Timekeeper's team, researcher Ulrich of Laplace was able to complete his artificial star experiment on the Freebreeze. Regulus' record was identified as an immune material, however its overall efficiency is weak, providing only a minor delay in the onset of air sickness, and critically lacks reproducibility. None of the composite records show the same level of efficacy. Regulus attributes this to a record's unique rock spirit, claims it has a soul that is imitating slack. This claim has not yet been rigorously assessed. So it's a failure, but each failure is another step in the experimental process. Part 23. Finding home on the waves. She came from afar, with many names, and has never left you. Seawater soaks the tips of her hair, then the hem of her tweed skirt ripples among the waves. The violin was hidden with crackling buckets against her, its neck, body, and tailpiece interlocking. A small boat from the past buoying her steadily. Marco realized terrifying truth, one she has long ignored.
Just like what Papa and Mama said.
Our cheeky little pumpkin's violin should have a rich and bright the tone. Not too sharp or on the balance, just like her.
Let's ask Mr. Belly for some top-notch spruce or maple wood. The best that Cremona can offer. We'll need some glue for the neck joint and plenty of varnish.
Of course, this is a Cremona violin we're talking about. Most important of all, it will be a violin for our little Barcarola.
The voice sounds so close if they were in
As
her
much
ears.
as I try to deny it, I suppose my heart is still there with them.
The voice sounds so close that they were speaking just yesterday. Spoken just yesterday. A gentle breeze blows as she finally recognizes that little wisp of smoke lingering in her heart. She clutches the violin even tighter.
Papa, Mama, and Cremona.
A solid embrace infused with the scent of rain and warmth. Sign envelops her. The rain has finally stopped. The horizon shimmers faintly with a golden light once more.
We did it.
Congratulations, Timekeeper.
I should be the one congratulating you. Don't you think, Mr. Fish Tank?
Yep. That's one of the side effects of the ritual. Though we can turn back to their base forms, but at least you don't die. The ferrofluid in the glass tank struggles to form a bee.
It's an odd twist of fate, isn't it?
Where's Regulus?
Indeed. I've just reported our findings to Laplace. With this, our research on the storm can finally advance to a new stage. I've even managed to develop a taste for rock and roll.
Very good. Something I will say though, no, I forgot what I was going to say. Lost train of thought. Oh no, I don't remember now. Even that failure is a learning opportunity, so it helps, even though it is not as effective as, say, the umbrella. At the very least, they can save more lives. Humming her theme.
Speaking of the storm...
Seta looks up at the sky, the reflection of the light on the water glimmering on her face. His unfortunate cruise has finally come to an end.
Hey, here comes the sun. Woohoo!
I never doubted you, Timekeeper. There was no storm. Not this time, anyway.
Thank you for your continued trust, Annetto.
It's a regular star. The sound of the waves seems to fade away as if it's replaced by a new melody.
Smashing! This is sure to be the most fabulous boat party ever held. I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Familiar and foreign songs from countless lands intertwine as voices carry gently over the sea. Regulus palace lit fiercely towards the music.
Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Home on the range?
Da haben wir so manche schon gesessen wohl in Vorrund und taten singen, die Lieder klingen im Eigengrund.
Au clair de la lune, on y voit qu'un peu.
Okay, this one I recognize.
Cherche à la plume, on cherche à du feu.
Viejas melancolías, cosas del alma, llegan con el silencio de la mañana.
These are all well-known folk songs.
Y cuando sale a verla, vuela a su casa.
Familiar ballad leaves Barcarola's lips. And of course, the song we mentioned earlier, Santa Lucia.
You have a truly heavenly voice, Barcarola. I've never heard that song before. Where's it from?
Oh, I know. It must be from Cremona.
No, it's a Neapolitan song. It has nothing to do with Cremona.
That's a Foundation helicopter.
Oh, there we go.
That island.
The end. Huh. Ulrich's event story from Death to Space now available. Well, can't do it right now, but come the weekend, I will check it out. Along with playing a bit of Genshin. This, however, brings us to the end of the stream. I have to rush a little bit as I gotta get ready to go to work. So, after the ad break, I'll send you off to a pay run.
I often think about how the sailors would...
Well, I suppose I do 1 or 2 dailies here before I go. Oh, right! It's the monthly reset for both Genshin and for Reverse here. So, there are things to get in the bank. Right. April 1st. Well, April 2nd now for me. Let's go ahead and grab those. There we go. Sharpodonty for day 2. And then the fragment shop. Where is it? Here. Crystal casket times 2. Sonorous Knells. Oh, and that's all I can afford for now. For now, anyway. I can afford more later. Unilogs. I can't buy 10, but I can get very close. And I can buy 10 after I, do those rolls. I suppose after I roll for Tutu, I'll have a few of these left over so I could buy some more Crystal Casket items. But I still haven't used the Crystal Casket I currently have, so I should probably focus on building someone. Well, Baccarola for sure, but aside from her, who else? That is the question. I got the feeling she'll be useful for Main's Bulletin as well as Reverie. Are we ending Seaman rating? Indeed we are. Just waiting for the ad break to end.
I often think about how the sailors would sing...
We're not rating MJ today, because MJ's gonna be ending soon as well. But we'll be rating someone who's a little bit newer to streaming Reverse. So, want to show support. I mean, they're very famous on YouTube for their Reverse content already. So, nothing too translatable there. But they only started streaming Reverse recently. So, want to head over and show support to do that. And then I have to go to work in like 10 minutes. Well, start leaving for work in 10 minutes. I'm finding it a little bit close. Okay. Looks like we are good. Let's turn off the PS4. Close out Reverse. And it's time to say goodbye, folks. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me for the event story. I had a lot of fun playing it. Some feelings were had. My eyes were sweating a little bit. I did see parts of it in other streams, but yeah, it still hits kind of hard doing it yourself, you know? So we're going to go ahead and raid on over to the Appear Night. I shall see you again tomorrow, everyone, for Genshin Impact, where we'll be doing another story, but not with Reverse. This time, we'll be playing Genshin Impact. Reverse will be on the side, though. I'm going to be doing Window to Other Worlds on the side while I play Genshin. Assuming the cutscenes are enough to, like, fill in my multitasking skills. We shall see, we shall see. So, to those who are normal followers or those who are not following, go ahead and copy the raid message. For those who are subbed, you can either copy the sub raid message or the non raid message as well. We are now going to raid over to the _Appear Night. If you like their content, consider giving them a follow when you get there. They are new to streaming Reverse, but they have been a long time content creator on YouTube for Reverse content. So you might consider looking at their YouTube as well. Did the wrong command there, but, well, there's a heart button, I guess. Okay, let's go, let's go. Copying myself. All right, so that brings us to the end, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. And as always, as I send you off, keep in mind and remember that the Caffeine videos can have Creative Commons Attribution, non-commercial share alike, 4.0 international license. Off you get.
Hanabi_Kitty subscribed
Thank
to
you,
your
Hanabi.
channel for 0
Welcome
months.
in, welcome in. Surprise, I'm in the same time beneath the same sun. Oh man, you got me too size, oh my little buttercup, that hurt. Fine, electrify my golden tube. Can't look at those eyes without sparking sun. Electrify my electrify my electrify electrify my A sincerely wonderful good morning, everyone, and welcome to the stream. My name is the Gavin Video.